we will start with the requisition approval. Okay, so here if you see, so we have a list of items that we can opt for. So basically, we'll have the hierarchy-based approval rules that we can define, or if we want to have it based on the serial or the parallel approval. So all those options we can do it. Okay, so for now, what I'm doing is that I'm taking this header level hierarchy. Okay, so I have enabled it already, and also I have set up a rule for this. So that is a simple rule. So I'll explain it and probably you'll see the other rules as well. I'll do one thing. Let me create a new one. Uh, okay, so there are two things that we will do here. So one is that to give the condition, and the other one is that if this particular condition, which I'm specifying here, if this is matching, what system should do? Whether system should look for the particular approver, which can be a person, or whether system should pick for or look for particular hierarchy wherein we will have 3 to 4 levels of approval. Okay, or whether a system should say whether this is an auto approval wherein we will not have any hierarchy or anyone that who will approve this particular requisition. Okay, so I'll just give an simple condition here. So here, if you see, so we have different parameters that we can add. So in this case, what I'm adding is that I'm adding this as an BU specific and amount specific. Okay, so one condition that I have taken is that requisition BU. So here I'm giving the value as Metro Express, so which is the one which we used for the earlier setup. So I'm using the same thing. So my first condition would be the requisition BU should be Metro business unit. Okay. And here I can add multiple condition. So either I can say this is an and condition or condition, or I can just simply add the second condition. So here we have two things. So one is that I can give this as an above, or I can give this as below. So difference is that it is based on the priority. If I give above this, which means whatever condition I have given, that is requisition BU, so this will have priority too, which means after checking the first condition, which I'm going to write now, so this will be considered first, and after matching, or probably it's not matching. So after that, it is going to come to the second priority, which is requisition B. So that's a difference. So what I'll do is that I'll give this one as an below, which means the second priority. So this one I will give as an amount specific. I'll give probably more than 100. Okay, so these things will happen only when we have a scenario wherein we will not need approval at all. So for those cases, we will use this options. So here I can simply give even 1 rupee because I don't want any approval process to be taken place. Okay, so I have just given two simple parameters. So we will see the initial case, and probably after seeing this, we will see the list of hierarchy. So how to use those options and how to use the approval groups. So these things we will see. Okay. So now I have given this two condition, and in the action option, what I'll do. So I'll change from approval required to automatic. And the moment I change this automatic, it will say it is approved or rejected. So I'll say approved and I'll click OK. Okay. So I'll test this case and probably then we will come back and we will see for the other case. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll create it for purchase order also so that we can convert the purchase order. I mean, we can convert the requisition into purchase order. So the similar configuration I'll give there as well. That is this BU should match. Okay. So there it is on header. So here it is on terms approval. So this will be an serial basis. Okay, so this one also I'm giving it as automatic. So I think earlier configuration that we gave for approval, I missed one step. So what we'll do is that we will save and we will do deploy. I think I did not do the deployment there. So I'll check the conditions once and I'll deploy. So after that, we will see the requisition part. So I gave this as equal to 0. So I'll change this also greater than or equal to 0. So which means more than 100 should auto approve. So I'll give this one And now again I'll save and I'll deploy this particular approach. Yeah. So this is also done. So now what I will do is that I'll create one requisition. So we have already created this tab and this thing, so it should work for us. So let me check once. So the item what I'll create is that for now to test this, I'll create a non-catalog item. So non-catalog item is nothing but without giving the categorization or without having the item in our inventory. So we will create this purchase order. So let's say I wanted to create a purchase order for let's say I'm just taking this one, the IT services. So this will be our non-catalog item, the service-based items like the charges and the other information. So even though we will get bill from the vendor, so this will be a non item. Okay, because we maintain only the goods, not the entire thing. So what I'll do is that I'll duplicate this, copying this particular transaction, and I'll create a new requisition. Okay. So now it has created. So what I have done is that I have created an item that is without a catalog. Okay. And now here I have a few information that I can capture. So if I want to override this particular approval, so I can override here. So I don't want this override option for now to be used. So what I'll do is that I'll use the standard approval process that we defined. Okay. So here, since we gave this charge account and the other information for the earlier requisition that we created, so system is replicating the same charge account that we created. Okay, and the quantity we entered is 1 with 1,000 because the rule that we have defined is that it will approve if the amount that the document amount that we are giving is more than 100. Okay, so that is the reason I have given 1,000. Okay, so I will say submit. So now this should approve automatically. Okay, so yeah, now it is in pending approval status. So probably if we go out and I mean, if we refresh this page, so we should be able to see the status as approved. So let me come back again. Okay, yeah, now this is approved. Yeah, so this is approved now. So similarly, we will check for the purchase order as well. Okay, so these are the immediate actionable infolets. So if you see here, so we have one requisition line that has been came into this one to be added as an purchase order. So basically, these infolets is understandable in the sense that we have certain items that need our immediate attention. So that is for the rejected items and the invoices on hold. So those things we will see. And also we have a few graphical representation wherein it will show the open items and the requisition line that is aging. So based on the aging days, we can have this. So since we have one that we created just now, so we have this in 0 to 3 days. Okay, so similarly, we have other details as well. So now what I will do is that I can go here and create, or I can simply click this one. So this is going to take me to the screen where I can add this to the purchase order. Okay, so this is the one that we created. So what I'll do is that I'll say add to document builder, and here I'll say create as a purchase order. Okay, so vendor it has picked from the requisition. So but in requisition it is not mandatory to give the vendor and the vendor side, but we gave since we wanted to give, I mean automate this one. But if at all I don't have the vendor detail there, I wanted to enter it when I'm probably booking the purchase order, because what will happen is that it's not that always I'll have the vendors list when I'm creating the requisition. So there might be a case wherein we will have the RFQ, request for quotation. So wherein based on the best price, we will go for the supply. Okay. So in this case, what I will do, I'll say only the item that is needed for the company or for the internal purpose, whatever it is. Okay. So I'll mention the item and I will send it across. So probably here when I'm creating the purchase order, I'll populate the vendor or the supplier. Okay. So I'll just say okay. So now we have on the right hand side the details populated. So probably we can check if the information is correct and we can say create. If we want to edit something, we can edit, or we can say create. Yeah. So the purchase order is created with the number 24. So for this particular business unit, we have also the taxation enabled. So that's why we can see it is 1050. Okay. So other than that, the other details are same. So I don't want to change anything here. So now if we see the distribution, so it will populate from the requisition. So we will create one manual purchase order also to see whether the setup that we did for the tab transaction account builder is working as expected, which means it's populating the account code combination which we created. So we will check that one as well. So this has been copied from the requisition. Because this we are creating on the basis of requisition. Okay, so I'll just say submit. Yeah, so now this is submitted for approval. So I'll go to manage order and see if this has approved. So based on our setup, even this has to be an auto approved PO. Yeah, so probably it will take a minute or some time. So now this is approved. So since this is approved, we can see the status as open. Okay, so the next step is to receive the item. So what I will do is that I'll show the receiving parameter. So those things should be in place. So unless we have the receiving parameters in place, we will be able to, I mean, we'll not be able to basically receive the items. Yeah, so these are the actions that we performed. So now what we will do is that we will set up the receiving parameter. So I'll navigate back to the setup. Okay, so this parameter that I'm setting up is for Metro Express. The reason why I'm doing this for Metro Express is that we have a configuration. We had a configuration wherein we will attach the inventory organization with our business unit. So there initially we attached the Metro Express. So which means when I'm creating this purchase order, so system is going to consider the unit, I mean the inventory org that I attached with the business unit. So for that reason, I'm taking this Metro Express and I'll do these configurations. Okay. So here, what we have done is that we have given certain options. So wherein we gave the ship to exceptions and these actions. Okay, so these are optional. So this is not mandatory to give the warning message and these things for ship to exception and advance ship to notice. Okay, and apart from that, we have early and late tolerance. So if at all I want to have a tolerance for these information, so I can give the tolerance. Okay, so just for our understanding purpose, so I have given this as 10 days, which means let's say today is 29th. Now, if I want to receive the item on 8th of July, so I can receive it because I have given 10 days as tolerance limit, so which is early or late. So late we are understanding it. So why we will need early is that so accordingly I'll plan my inventory because it is not that I'll have a limit. I mean I'll have enough storage capacity with me even though I receive earlier. Because what will happen is that as in practice, so we will have the planner with an inventory so wherein we have specific storage limits. So let's say at 2000 square feet. So wherein we will have the storage capacity. So I might have the additional probably the 10% of it, but I cannot accommodate more than that. So if at all I have a condition wherein I can accommodate even if I have this. Okay. So for each day, I will have the storage capacity plan. So accordingly, I will decide whether I can handle it before 4 days or 10 days, whatever the limit it is. So I can handle this. So after this, earlier to this, I cannot handle because I have already the planned activities. Okay, so similarly, I have for the late also. So if I'm receiving late, so probably after this, I will have another set of items to be received. So probably that should not affect the receipt that I'm making or the delivery that I'm trying to make here. Okay, so accordingly, I'll select whether this is an 10 days, 4 days, or 2 days. So it's not necessary that we need to have the same 10 days. So for understanding purpose, I have kept it. So probably this could be 4 days and this could be 2 days also. Okay. And then we have the receipt days exceeds action. So let's say the receipt date, instead of receiving it on at least I have the 10 days limit for this. So now I can receive the item till 8th of July. So now let's say I'm receiving the item on 10th of July. So how should system react? Whether it should give a warning message or it should reject this particular transaction itself. So warning message is nothing but it is going to give a pop-up message stating that this has crossed the limit or we don't have the tolerance to receive this item. Okay, so that's the thing. And then we have the over receipt tolerance. So over receipt is nothing but more than the quantity that we have ordered. So this I have kept as 0. Okay. And then we have the over receipt action. So again for this I have kept as warning. And receipt routing, so probably let me take this one. So we will see two things here. So because when we are seeing inventory, so we said that certain items we will see when we are seeing the procurement module. So that is the standard receipt how we will receive and the inspection option. So firstly we will see the receipt option. So that is standard receipt. Okay, and then we will see the inspection options also. So we will change and we will try to see from there. Okay, and here we can see the receipt number generation. So receipt number generation can be either automatic or manual. So in automatic, we will have only one option, that is numeric. If at all I have a requirement to have it alphanumeric, in this case, we will have to go to manual. So that is how I can enable this alphanumeric. Okay. And RMA is written from order management. So how do I want to handle those returns? Okay, so that we have it separately in order management. So wherein we can handle it through credit or on hold and the other setups are there. So that we will see when we are seeing the order management. So for now, I'm just giving this receiving options for the order management as well. Okay, written material authorization, I'm giving this as direct delivery, the receipt routing. Okay. And then we have a set of controls as well. So here I'm just giving this as unordered and also I'm giving the blind receiving and I'm also allowing this to be override at transaction level, which means here I have given as a standard receipt, but now if I want to receive it directly into my inventory, so I can override when I'm doing the transaction, which means when I'm creating the purchase order. Okay. Okay. So we have done the receiving parameters. So now what I will do is that I will receive the item for which we created a purchase order. Okay. So there are two things. So one is that we have my receipt, and the other one that we have is that under inventory. So if you see here, so when we are seeing the inventory module, so we saw the receipt here as well. Okay, so here also if you see we have receiving options here, but the difference is that when this item will be received into inventory, or this particular item is kind of a transfer order or internal transfers that we are working with. So for those cases we will come to inventory and we will receive the item. If you see the inspection, so this will not happen at the gate, whereas it will come to the inventory, and in inventory we will have the quality check and the QA controls and the other options. So we will do the inspection there, and then we will confirm that yes, this item is with our norms and controls, and we can take this items into our inventory. So that is the acceptance that we will receive from the inventory team. So for that, we will come to this page and we will do the inspect receipt. Okay. So now what I will do is that I will do the receipt from purchase order, I mean procurement itself. Okay. So here we have my receipts. Okay. So I will search with the purchase order number that we created. Okay, I'll change the dates. Yeah. So this is the item that we created. Okay, I think I did not change the need by date. Okay, let me try. I think it should give a warning message stating it's more than the date that we gave, because this is in future date. So future date anyway, it will not allow. Okay. It should not. Okay, I think yeah, I gave the tolerance as 10 days. I think yeah, correct, correct. So the reason how system has accepted, even if the receipt date is 2nd of July, the reason being is that we gave the tolerance as 10 days, which means I can receive these items till 8th of July. Okay. So even if the date is 8th of July, so still I'll be able to receive these items today, because I have mentioned this as an early receipt tolerance as 10 days. Okay, so that is how we are able to get the quantities. So I gave only one quantity. So probably we will see other few cases wherein we will receive partially, and also we will see this P2P flow wherein we have set up as let's say I have created an purchase order, but the receipt routing that I have kept as standard, and it is three-way matching. When we say three-way matching, which means receipt quantity should match. So now what? Yeah, we will see those things after this. So what basically we will do is that we will create a purchase order for 10 quantities, and we will receive 5 items, and we will see how this is reflecting when we are matching the invoice. Okay. So for now, I'm not giving the variable number and the packing slip number. So if we have, definitely we will have these details. So probably we can give it, but this is optional field. So I'm just leaving this and I'll say submit. Yeah. So now we have this one created, that is with the receipt number 3. Okay. So what we can do next is that, yeah, also we have this option called cost management. So cost management we will see separately, but for now I'll show only the receipt accounting part, which means only to account whatever we have done now.
Arun, sorry to
Uh,
disturb you. Actually, I'm
yeah,
having one meeting with my team.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
sure, sure. Yeah, no problem. We'll connect tomorrow.
yeah, yeah, fine. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, have a nice day. Arun.
Yeah, good day.
Yeah.